to the Rogue Wave podcast. You just saw the Button Smash commercial. Button Smash is our sister podcast on twitch.tv/We Are Rogue Matter. They're going to be doing a very special May the 4th episode of Star Wars. They're going to be on Tuesday, May 4th. They're on every Thursday, as the commercial said, but you can catch them May 4th. It's going to be super special. It's going to be super exciting. Nothing but Star Wars games. Not to spoil anything, but it's May the 4th, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that. And it's going to be pretty cool. So check that out and subscribe to them on twitch.tv. A little later on, next segment, we're going to have Diane and Britt Sellers from Scoffer Studios as well, too. So they're going to talk about their new animated film starring the King of Horror, Mr. Tim Curry. Although I always think of him as the King of Clue, because that's where I love him from.
No, legend.
I like it. Legend, yes. Yeah, so we're talking about them up next. But right now, we got two things to do of equal importance, but I think the second part's going to be even more important. Two final trailers came out. Again, I'm wearing. I'm gonna put this in the viewpoint, in the viewer. I'm wearing my Captain America Shield shirt. So we got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out essentially the same day as the Snyder Cut, right? I mean, I guess Snyder Cut is debuting Thursday, and Falcon and Winter Soldier will be
technically
Friday.
The Snyder Cut is going to drop tonight.
Yeah,
and so tomorrow night will be Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got a busy.
Depending on your fortitude.
Dude, I'm watching it in 6 parts. There's no, I can tell you right off the bat, like it's going to be. I'm watching it as the director intended.
Understood.
Which is 6 parts, because my God,
I don't think the director intended that, but okay,
no,
fair enough.
So either,
fair enough. Yeah.
So they dropped.
Sure he didn't.
They dropped final trailer for both of them, and my shocking news to you was that final trailer from Snyder Cut made me want to watch it more than that final trailer from Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yes, we're going to watch it. I understand that. And I know your response to this is that trailers don't get you excited as much as the material. I get that. But I got to say, I kind of watched that final trailer. I'm going like, man, I'm really hoping this is good. Because this trailer, Zack Snyder's the king of trailers. We could do a March Movie Madness on his trailers alone. They're always so good, but it actually got me more excited. I don't know what it was either. I can't tell you what it was about this particular one. Dark Side, maybe just more Dark Side in it. Full disclosure, I'm not a huge DC guy, so it's not like watching Dark Side on screen is something I've been imagining for many, many years, but I understand the significance of a character like Dark Side, who is essentially the Thanos of the DC universe, and this is long before Thanos was a household name. But it was cool. Like, it was an action-packed thriller, and it got me kind of really excited, whereas I watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer, and I kind of I'm going to watch it. I'm sure it's going to be great. I don't know if it was just because maybe I've seen enough of the footage already, but it just didn't grab me. I don't know.
Was there a question in there?
I'm curious what you thought. I'm curious what you think of my reaction to it.
I don't know if you want to know what my reaction to
I do want to know. Yes, I do. I do.
I see what you're saying about, but I mean, it just looks good. Whenever I see stuff like this, I just want to know from the images that I'm being given what the story could possibly be about. All right. So the number one thing that motivated me to want to see Infinity War wasn't so much that it was a big tentpole event for the MCU. It was like, I want to see, this is Infinity War. You've been promising this to me for 10 years. I just want to see how this all falls together.
Right.
I don't even want to see who's going to win, who's going to die, I just want to see how this, just like the same as WandaVision. It's like, I understand the notion of it, or I understand the premise. It's just, can you entertain me? Can this fall together in such a way that I'm just going to continue to be compelled to watch it? Now, spoiler alert for me. I won't necessarily say I'll watch anything, but
I'm not a whore when it comes to my viewing experience.
This is our genre. That's what I don't understand about a lot of people. It's like, well, this is what we say that we're, we've for all intents and purposes, dedicated our lives to this stuff, right? So there's people who are actually making entertainment for people in our mindset, right? For people who have the same pursuits, who are several rungs up the ladder of the same ladder that we're all climbing. Why wouldn't we watch it just to learn something, just to be part of the community that we're in? And still people have this kind of attitude. It's like, I'm not going to watch it. It's going to be a waste of my time. It's, well, okay, fine. That's anybody's choice. You're allowed to it. I don't understand it, but that's fine. So like, if you see a trailer, like I see a trailer with a guy with wings who, basically avoiding getting hit by trucks and, various things like that. And there's people doing kicks and flips and punches and, the standard fare for your MCU.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a solid. I'm sure the action sequences are going to be, sort of breathtaking.
Right.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of banter. I am interested because both Falcon and the Winter Soldier have been sort of story neglected, I mean, and I'm talking personality wise. You just didn't see, you didn't. So I'd like to see the two of them together in their own form. They're both of them have kind of fascinating stories. That said, it's kind of that high octane, look out for the truck kind of a trailer. And I get what you're saying. I watched the Snyder Cut. The thing is, the Snyder Cut trailer, the most recent, last over the titular last trailer for, and it's another much debated, much touted super event that's supposed to happen in our, a seismic event in our community.
Right.
I'm interested in seeing it just in and of itself. However, that trailer was pretty spectacular. It's the difference between people trying to catch a bus and, watching people trying to catch a giant.
Right.
The two are interesting. The premise of each are interesting. Oh, I hope the old lady catches that bus. She's got to be someplace. Versus, wow, that kid's fighting a giant with a rock. It's a completely different spectacle.
Right.
And
in a way, look, it's not fair to judge Falcon and Winter Soldier because it is a TV show. However, WandaVision has now set the bar high in terms of what you can accomplish.
But they're gonna meet that bar. It's gonna be fine. I mean, here's the thing: no one's expecting too much from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I'm not talking about like they're not expecting it to be good. It is not an existential, spiritual journey. They're not gonna try to sell us on grief. They've already gotten over the hump of we're gonna sell you a show about a woman grieving about her dead boyfriend.
Right. And
we're going to make it spectacular.
Right.
And at the selling point, when they sat down to sell it to us, we were like, can we get a guy with a lightsaber in there somewhere? Something like that. We were very skeptical, Yeah. And then in the process of watching it for the 9 weeks that they strung us out to watch it, we became devotees. Right. I'm pretty sure, especially look, if Falcon and Winter Soldier does the Winter Soldier, it has the same vibe as the Winter Soldier from Captain America 2.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
I got to rewatch that. I got to rewatch that movie. I told you, I've said this before in the show, and I apologize to anybody who's heard me say this already. I watched it, and it got spoiled for me by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because you were supposed to watch the movie first and then the episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But this is back in the day when MCU was not on the same page. They were trying to get on the same page.
Yeah, but they're
totally different departments.
The two heads of the departments did not like each other.
Exactly right, and totally different departments. And it's like, dude, don't release the episode the day you release the movie in theaters. I'm not going to be able to do both.
No, that's not their fault. You're not supposed to watch it until you've seen the movie.
Right.
That's your job there, Michael. That was you. You ruined that.
I didn't know.
It's not anybody's fault but yours.
And we didn't have as cutthroat an internet as we do now to make me wary of spoilers and things like that. So I got to watch it with a clear head. I really do. But ultimately, yes, Do I think I'm being set up again by Zack Snyder because I've seen so many of his trailers and just been underwhelmed? Yes. But did I watch this trailer and think, gee, you know what? I think it. I'm like Charlie Brown with the football right now. I just know it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna keep getting. This is the time. This is the trailer that I'm gonna kick the football. This is the one. This is the one. All right. Real quick before we go to break. It's March Madness again. We're actually having a March Madness this year. Thank you very much. COVID ruining my favorite time of year. In real life, so it's going to be basketball. We do our March Movie Madness, which we still had last year. Debated on this one because we had Falcon and Winter Soldier and SnyderCut. I was like, maybe we'll take the Snyderverse comic book movies and pit them against the Falcon and Winter Soldier verse movies. But then I was trying to think, like, how many of those could we do? And ultimately, it's going to be Winter Soldier that wins, or it's going to be Infinity War. I thought you could have Endgame, you could have Infinity War, you could have Civil War, you could have Cap the First Avenger, you could have Winter Soldier. That's only 5 films, though. I can't think. We have to have at least 8. Although I guess we could have 4. But again, ultimately, whatever's coming out of that bracket is going to destroy anything that comes out of the Snyderverse, which would have been Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Shazam, Wonder Woman, and then this Justice League movie. Right? Like, that's only 5 films, too. I can't think of any other. Oh, Suicide Squad, Aquaman, right? So you'd have 7 in the Snyderverse universe versus the Winter Soldier universe. And ultimately, I just didn't like. And we've done MCU film. We did MCU films 2 years ago for Endgame. So I'm saying we get rid of that. Let's, in honor of the Snyder Cut coming out. So why are you shaking your head?
I'm trying to stick with you on this complete whirlwind of mental mental bouillonnaise that you're fucking spearing out.
You complain that you're not inside my head. You are literally now inside my head.
I don't want to be here. I just want you to ask me a coherent question.
I didn't get to it
answer
yet.
Your question.
I know this is not a question. It's going to be an announcement. So instead, I thought, why don't we just take all the Snyder films? Because in honor of the Snyder Cut,
oh my God, we went through all that just for you.
I thought it was an amazing journey.
I bet you do.
I took you on a roller coaster ride.
I bet you do. All right. Okay.
We got to come up with.
Yes, it was amazing. I was amazed.
We are going to include Zack Snyder's Justice League because it will be out. When's Army of the Dead actually?
I don't know.
Being released? I don't think it's in time.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's going to be out in time.
No.
May 21st. Yeah, so it's definitely not.
Yeah, no.
It's definitely, and Fountainhead is not coming out either. It's in fact
so we're stuck with the ones he's already done.
Yes. So those two are not good, but
Snyder.
We are not going, but we are going to include Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're not going to include Justice League because that was
no. We're not going to include the Justice League.
We're going to eliminate that.
I'm never watching the Justice League again, no matter how the Snyder League goes.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of like short films and music videos. We're not including that. So it's a literal feature filmography from him. It doesn't mean he has to write and direct everything. It just means he has to have directed the film. Okay.
Okay.
We got Dawn of the Dead. We got 300. We got Watchmen. We got Sucker Punch. We got Legends of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole. I don't even know what the heck that is. Do you have any idea what that is?
Yes.
Is it worthy of being added to this?
It's one of his films. Why
no, I know, but we got to narrow it down to 8 so we can have a bracket. So
what are the other films?
So right now we have Watchmen 300, Dawn of the Dead, Sucker Punch, Legends of the Guardians, Man of Steel. So we got 6 here right now. We've got Batman v Superman. And then we've got Zack Snyder's Justice League. That would make 8 films. All right. I think that works out perfect. So we don't even have to eliminate anything right now. I think.
Do we have Dawn of the Dead?
We have Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
We have 300.
300.
We have Watchmen.
Watchmen.
We have Legends of the Guardians, The Owls of Gahuli. We have Sucker Punch, Man of Steel, Superman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Look at that. Perfect. That's our bracket. We will dissect it next week. We will also be talking lots of other stuff. Coming up next. Well, wait. Before we go coming up next, do you have anything to add about our bracket?
Nope. I have nothing to add about your bracket.
Is it a solid bracket for this year's March Movie Madness?
Yes, Michael. I've given it some deep consideration, and for me and the committee have decided that these are good entries. This is a solid bracket.
Yeah. It does also mean that we're going to have...
I don't even know what a bracket is, but as brackets go, this is a good bracket. Let us partake in this bracket and be bracketed. We'll
post some polls.
Your bracket.
We're going to post some polls on Twitter and Facebook on the Rogue Matter Twitter, which is Rogue_Matter. And we're going to post some polls on the Facebook pages, both the Rogue Matter podcast page and the Rogue and the Rogue Matter page. And we're going to get some insight into what you guys think about these matchups. And we're going to have them in a nice bracket style. We'll do it all nice. It'll coincide next week with our review of we don't do reviews here. We do reactions. A reaction to the Snyder Cut next week. When we come back, Hassan's Rogue Rage, all the rage in the pop culture universe.